Obviously, about the Grizzlies being shorthanded tonight. No John Morant, no Desmond Bane, no Vince Williams Jr., no Brandon Clark for the Grizzlies tonight as they were shorthanded, and they fall to the Spurs 130 to 128. Spurs got off to a good start like they did the first couple of times that these two teams met this season, and one of the guys who really got them cooking in that first quarter was Devin Vassell. He looked great in that first quarter and really set the tone for the Spurs.
No question. I mean, look, the entire Spurs team, the Grizzlies had a very difficult time. You got out of that first quarter, it's a 1-point game, and you figure, okay, take control, took a punch from them. They came out pretty hot. They're shooting 60% from the field, shooting high percentage from three. But then in that second quarter, they really let loose.
Well, in the second quarter, they got any and everything that they wanted on the offensive end, whether it was drives to the basket, mid-range jump shots. It was throw the ball side to side. In that first half, I think of their 33 assists that they had in the game, I think they had 19 or 20 of them in the first half. So a credit to them in terms of moving the ball side to side. Their advantage tonight was their speed and their quickness. And they went to it time and time again. In the end of the game, it was the speed and quickness that enabled them to win this basketball game.
Yeah, 130 to 128. All right, BK, we'll let you go. Yep. Get yourself home. Get that post-game meal under your belt. Yeah?
I have no appetite.
Angry meal.
Exactly, bro.
It's two in a row.
All right, we'll take a break here on Grizzlies Live postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Grizzlies fall tonight, 130-128. Jaren with the three off the glass that tied things up. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everyone. Grizzlies Live postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Santi Aldama, one of his buckets tonight. He had a big night for the Grizzlies tonight. But not enough as the Grizzlies fall to the San Antonio Spurs 130 to 128. Welcome back to Grizzlies Live postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Rob Fisher, Chris Vernon with you. And Chris, a couple of big nights tonight from some guys, but unfortunately you just fall on the short end. And Santi Aldama, one of those guys tonight, he was big all around. You talked about Jalen Wells wanting some of those threes back. I'm sure Santi would like a few of them back as well.
No question. He'd like a couple of those back, but because 1 for 8 is certainly not the way he has been shooting. And frankly, it was the only shots he missed. He missed everything he didn't take from behind the three-point line throughout the night, and also gave you 11 rebounds on a night where you needed to be able to rebound the basketball because it's not a team that plays really big. Get you 11 assists and then get you 8 rebounds to go along with it. So damn near a triple-double for Santi Aldama in a starting role.
Santi was good tonight, 15 and 8 with the 11 assists. Also had a steal and a block shot, 7 of 16 from the field for Santi, who was in the starting lineup tonight for the Grizzlies, and gets himself another double-double in 37 minutes of work. So big night for him as well. But San Antonio's bench, they were huge tonight. 71 bench points for the Spurs tonight as they get the victory, 130-128. For more on tonight's game, let's head back out to the court and welcome in Jessica Benson and Lang Whitaker from Grind City Media. They have tonight's Rewind.
It's your Grind City Rewind. Jessica Benson and Lang Whitaker here following the Grizzlies' 130-128 loss to the San Antonio Spurs. And Lang, in honor of wrestling night here at FedEx Forum, I'm going to call this one a no yeet. You have a yeet with Jey Uso. You have a no yeet because ultimately the Grizzlies climb all the way back. They were down 19 at half, down 22 in the first half, come back into it. A killer game from Jaren Jackson Jr., who has a season high of 42 points, a miracle 3 at the end. But they fall short.
Yeah, we had our Bane wrestling buddies tonight and could have used them on the court. We didn't have Bane, no Ja, a couple players out tonight. But Jaren really, especially in that third quarter, took over. Second quarter was terrible. The Spurs won the quarter 46-28. But Jaren in that third quarter, you saw why he's all-NBA player this season and a defensive player of the year, the block shots. But then nobody could guard him. And you give him the ball, you spread it out, and just let him go one-on-one. You know, we've talked about it before. He can score in the mid-range, three-pointers, gets to the rim, all those different ways. Kept the Grizzlies in this game. They started getting some stops. It all added up. But they dug such a big hole in the first half that by the end of the game, they were out of timeouts. They were out of energy. and just didn't have anything left at the end. I think this is the 5th game in a row that's been a one-possession game in the last minute for the Grizzlies.
But unfortunately, it's been 2 straight losses in this building, back-to-back nights after falling to the Knicks by 1 on Friday night, now by 2 to the Spurs on Saturday. Tough middle stretch of this home stretch here at FedEx Forum. The Grizzlies will be back in this building on Monday when they face the Atlanta Hawks. They face the Oklahoma City Thunder next Wednesday. This has been your Grind City Rewind.
All right, thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you very much, Lang. Yeah, this one's a tough one. I mean, the last 2 losses have both been very difficult, but this one stings even more because this is a game you should win.
Yeah, I mean, this team is 7-17 since the calendar turned. This is one of the ones you've got to get. You knew you were going to have a really tough Knicks game. You know you've got a huge Oklahoma City game coming up, but those 2 that were wedged between it, those were ones that we chalked up as wins. So now you got to make up for it. You got to take care of business against Atlanta, and then just for the fan base, especially after what's happened in this Knicks and Spurs game, nothing would be bigger than being able to get a win against Oklahoma City on Wednesday night. But again, first things first, you got to take care of Atlanta on Monday night and get back to your winning ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Another tough one tonight for the Grizzlies. Luke Kennard, he's in the locker room talking about the tough loss tonight.
Another tough one, obviously. Dug ourselves in a hole early in the game. Gave up a lot of points there in that first half. Can't let that happen. We talked about it after the game, but credit to the guys for sticking with it. Again, we gave ourselves a chance to win, and I wish I was out there at the time, but Tripp made some big plays on the stretch. But that first half, giving up that many points, you can't do that and expect to win. So yeah.
Was it just?
Yeah, Luke's not out there at the end. He was disqualified from the match after picking up his second technical, 2 technicals. The second one threw the ball off the stanchion. That's an automatic technical and was thrown out of the game for
known troublemaker, Luke Kennard.
Right. Second time he's ever been ejected from a game.
Is that right?
Yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
And then tonight, of course, it's because he threw the ball off the stanchion. He didn't even know why he was thrown out tonight. So that was tough.
Tyler Ford did.
Yeah, he sure did. Grizzlies lose tonight to the Spurs 130-128. The homestand continues on Monday. Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks come into town to take on the Grizz. Grizzlies Live gets underway at 6:30. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. Monday against the Hawks, then Wednesday against the Oklahoma City Thunder to wrap up the homestand. Tough one tonight for the Grizzlies, and the 2 losses at home. That stings.
And honestly, look, as I said, you got to get back to playing great basketball because they've got, since the All-Star break, right, they've had the one thriller against Phoenix, the one thriller against Orlando, and now, you keep playing these nip-tuck games. It's going to be tough to get wins.
Yeah, and a couple of losses here this week for the Grizzlies. We will take a long break. We'll be back on Monday night when the Grizzlies take on the Atlanta Hawks. Grizz fall tonight to the Spurs, 130-128. That'll do it for us. We'll talk to you Monday when the Grizz face the Hawks. Good night, everyone.